Secretary of the All People's Congress. Madam Chair, I stand to be corrected, but if I heard you right, in your submission, it means that there are two things that were involved that called for the disqualification of the nominee of the presidential candidate of the GFP. One, it was about some illegalities. And then two, some other things that they didn't do right that resulted to that. And in the first place, if as a commission, you are very much aware that you write to a political party to do some corrections, and that aside, even if they do the corrections and do them very well, they will still be disqualified. Why would the commission still go ahead and then ask them to do the correction? After the correction is done, then they come back and you are fully aware that as a result of the illegalities, they will still be disqualified. That is something that we do not understand. That notwithstanding, I also heard the commission, during the disqualification of the PNC, you made mention of illegalities. And the second time again, we are hearing of illegalities with regards to this current disqualification. What is the Electoral Commission doing with regards to issues of illegalities that comes from the quarters of political parties? Do you just allow political parties come with issues of illegalities and nothing is done about it? We just come and you tell us that there are some illegalities that has also resulted into the disqualification of presidential candidate. What is done about it? Or we can equally come with illegalities and then go scot-free. Is that what is happening? I just want to know.
Yansabaka ayi kwadwo bafo enso a na yede no ato aso ama nso bem anaja wo mu nyina etimi abem eti kwadwo bafo so ene ye hye nanim eno ene se amanebo etwemu se abato adwuma Electoral Commission no wo mu nso ede aba etwemu se wo mu ayi Mahama Akua Donkor a wanya ne baabi ekro no ne party no wo mu ayi ede free eyama panyin akansie no emu eni anopeya Electoral Commission no ene amanwaku ahoro ena wanom asia ayo mu meeting a wo mo efre no IPAC meeting no ebie na ho ena Electoral Commission no wo mo etwere mu se emra Mahama Akua Donkor enya ne baabi ekoye no abato adwuma no wo mo eye ne se Ghana Freedom Party no wo mo emfa obi foforo emra ena du entem na eno ena amanwaku no ede abranti a ne din ene apia kubi ebaaye na edru baabi no na atese hu kratasam no nso kra no akwakoye bibie ho akwakoye nwonwuran ebi kra etomra ewon krata no a wo mode ebaaye no emu na asam no na wiye nyina ne se Mahama Akua Donkor na be de akire Roman father ena eba ama atwe maya ne vice o se eye de yo akansie no Mahama Akua Donkor ne krakra ne se ne party no ade se mpanyimfo ayi ade free mo yentie EC chairperson Ora region Adukwe Atwemensa.
Article 50.
Sympathy for in any case, if one or two mischief makers vote for her, those votes will be announced. They will not be counted for anything. But I can assure you that the whole world and all the voting population are aware that Mahama Akua Donkor has passed away. So it is very unlikely that the people will vote for her. If there are any such votes, they will be announced. I know that Mr. Tanko had also acknowledged receipt of the summaries, and he indicated that he will be taking his hard drive with the register today. And I think he's acknowledged with gratitude the summaries. Because I'd like to mention again that the Commission is under no obligation to provide breakdowns of summaries of the what we are required by law to do is to provide parties with a certified register. And we have done that in fulfillment of the law. Yes, because we are all working together to accommodate the views and the requests of political parties, and therefore it is not a challenge to do so, but it's important to place on record, as Citizen Atu said, it's record keeping, that we are not required by law to provide summaries or breakdown of the register to the political parties. So I think that what we've done, we've gone over and above what we are required to do. And so I think that settles it. I think that Mordecai talked about the illegalities. I don't think it is our place to discuss what the illegalities are, whether it is with the GFP candidates nomination or with the PNC. We're all aware that the PNC is important. It is not our place to discuss illegalities. Those illegalities will be referred to the security agencies to deal with. But we do not believe that it is our place to discuss illegalities. I think Citizen Atu wanted to know the law on which we are standing. If you look at Regulation 7.2b of CI 127, it requires that the nomination form of each candidate in an election for president shall be signed.
We can't hear you.
Eti na trase enu wasame enu no abato adwuma electoral commission no chairperson owura region adukwe atwe mensa ne nka ne yete ye no yenko yenua kwadwo bafo enchen na kwadwo nso emoyemo kwadwo wa ahoma no so ama ha na de ye bisane sa isi baby a wogina no ehwa na ogina na kwadwo
na say two bites kana
eti de akoso ewo eye meeting no asie no ensama huro binum nso epie mu a eno nso yentie sania esi ekoye
Nation 72B of CI 127 states as follows: the nomination form for each candidate in an election for president shall be signed by no less than 2 persons who are registered voters in the area of authority of each district assembly. And therefore, candidates must ensure that the supporters that they provide to fill their nomination forms for each district are indeed registered voters of that particular district. You cannot pick and choose as you please or find persons in one district and document them as your supporters in another district. That in itself is an illegality, because the law is very, very specific that for each district you must have 2 persons. And so if you are a presidential candidate, the onus is on you to ensure that the candidates or the supporters that you present are indeed of that district, and from that district that they support your candidate. And so this is what we use to disqualify him, because on the face of his form, it was detected that some candidates, some supporters had been brought from other districts to support him in districts where they were not registered voters.
Madam, I think my question was not on the disqualification.
It's not just wafra tosu mienu eno no senia echira no senia abatoa enhyehyɛ no etie no nya de se ebesesa Dr. Bawumia bakoso ada number 1 ama JDM enso ada number 8 no wahye se obebreki 8 no e ama NPP a etina chese sa na hyehyɛ no so isi chairperson owurare adukwe mensa enso ede atuja eti yenkwa kwadwo bafo enchen kwadwo ma hai
mejo mame
baby a isi gira na hwa no mu gira na ansam a chairperson ede atuja no.
Well, mama said it on the NCT for and of course it's and the political parties are people na any electoral commission for appeal baako at assess and she say mo dey go akwemu e pa ballot no enye baby a ejina na it ma no as am ready to enim say the CR ejuma no kese na abeda political party next so mo and also omo ko de ro mo kan for say tia no baby omo candidate ni na no ehwa na omo da na say omo koto aba no so omo hwe say baby a candidate da no na obeto aba na ma no sa so na Mahama Akua Donkor de no so say Ghana bi ekoto aba no na omo be say rejected ballot omo declare say rejected ballot sa so na Mahama Akua Donkor so de no omo be jade sa enti say aba bia ebe ko bia obi aba koto aba bia say dem diga ka rejected ballot na eno echi so no efi ene ekono omo ba ni NCC eba be camp na omaye the ubo ali apa Mahama Akua Donkor disqualified candidate woman father no se de be ya Ghana ni ko abakra na on pa ko kumoti en konkos no ne pa ma ne e tu yeri o ti ma me ene woman father na disqualified no electoral commission try no when si wo kra wa ma ama empirifo amfa asemno antri ne so political parties by na no or the two omoni e wo ho some people say the electoral commission me ati say we can register say no are you ready I be the adult say about one day Zimba 7 for no dey about e paso enti Ghana ni bia enu fu twa o pese say no ma boss about the very free fair transparent and credible and no aso eno mo jina enti about one day bia and amonti Roma father and I say Akua Donkor party no and dey yisi ame ati say o ma disqualify me say krata say mu no nipa ba ko for 8 me sign e dey ma 5 district nipa na 5 district IC it's what about it here. So I wanted to disqualify Roman father. I said, no, Roman father, I disqualified.
Any Akwajo ma yana wase and some near Dubwanwa woka yano ena yete ye eti ya dasi yenu Akwajo bafo na mane bo ena wafayati bieno.
Yo, Ejuma, say this is the Bombe be amaye, sa compasa omode esisi but went to me.
Ofana no mu ntwitwa mu maye.
Na
ana
Akua Donkor.
So bet me de ya friend say.
Na bia akomo aye no cross wa, ya cross say ya de bia say red pen bia ya come de cross na wa do hard man no say
na that's one de yi nipa bone sem nti ebi kura be koso ato amanu.
Ma me ka say no wo ka say wo ma ye printing no wo ma ya be say 90%. That is wo ma wie kura do ka say ya
on san kwanachi a
bibia be san say na akwa ka foforo enti na ya nkwai
for nipa ni bi o ha wa wu kura na adọ no obi mfa ho se Mahama Akua Donkor ewu na bone woni patimo no beto ama no
Argentina ememo Argentina say Mexico is one of the South African American countries enipa no we almost no eme
ono ano mo pe
mo to aba ma meyo no me fe bia kakra me kuma so ye ho no mo to aba wo wu okra no se de bia si bia almost akoto ma efunu no ma efunu no ewe ne
ko foi ni pafo o we ya fo papa
bia baby abedu ye kwaya nim na kanema mpani John Dramani Mahama JDM en wakase wo se Ghana fo fa ni se o soja bia wotifi o soja wo dia kopa na wakọ retirement na wotifi na afi o man no emu asa bas nyonyo asumdwe ni ba bia na o masa afre o soja sa bra na sa be koma ye ni ewu